All right, sorry guys. That was a bummer. I'll give you all a couple minutes. Okay, so that was a bummer. Uh, Real life, right? That's what happens sometimes. Um, what I was gonna say is, give me just 1 second. Let me put this away. So what I was gonna say is, I'm really happy with my loss this week. Um, Given I traveled for a day, I had emotional stuff, and it being Shark Week or Shark Day, that sort of thing makes a big difference. Some of what I wanted to share was some of the lessons that I learned. So, some of the lessons that I learned this week is I'm really good at my water intake. What I need to watch is my sodium intake. So, I have a way of sneaking in some saltier things that I normally wouldn't. And welcome back to anybody that the live dropped off. I'm so sorry about that. Um, but we're back. So, in sharing lessons that I learned this week, is I wanted to be careful about my sodium intake, and also anything that I am sort of fudging on the side a little bit. Um, so, when it comes to my lean and greens, I have a couple of local restaurants that I love to order from, but I have to be very specific in how I order things so that there's not too much sodium, too much sauce, too much oil, that sort of thing. I did find that one of my local Chinese food places would modify something for me, which is really, really great. So I feel good about that. So, one of my tips, I guess I would say to you, is if you have a favorite, um, thanks guys for coming back after me losing signal. Um, what I would say is if you've got a favorite takeout restaurant in your area, don't be afraid to give them a call and ask them what modifications they can make for you. Because for me, it's a Chinese restaurant. They make this spicy calamari dish. And so calamari seafood is on program with Optavia, but you have to be careful on how it's prepared. So whether it's grilled, steamed, sauteed, any of that. You want to make sure that you can ask your restaurants, can you make it with less oil, or can you make it steamed, or can you use no oil, um, but still keep some seasoning if the seasoning is not, you know, super high in sugar, that sort of thing. So, talking to your, especially your locally owned places, it'll make it a lot easier for you to stay on track and find something at your local favorite place. Um, so for me, it's a spicy calamari. And what I did do with their sauce was get a bunch of extra veggies, and they chopped up a bunch of broccoli and um, broccoli and cabbage for me. And so when I got it home, it was a big kicker. Little tip for you guys. When I got it home, I pulled out. I love to eat on a real plate. I don't like to eat out of, even though my kids sometimes use paper plates and stuff like that. For me personally, if it's my lean and green and it's, my meal of the day, I like to actually get a physical plate. So eat your eat your meal on an actual plate, a plate that you like. If you don't have dishes that you love, I mean, go find some inexpensive ones, or go to Goodwill or to a thrift store. Find something beautiful, like a plate that has some sort of beautiful edging to it, something that you love to eat off of that is appropriate for your portion. And so I always like to eat off of a real plate, even if it comes in a styrofoam box, that would be perfectly fine. I like to eat off of a real plate, and I put that plate on my food scale and weighed out the calamari. It's not fried calamari. A lot of people think about calamari as being fried. This is grilled calamari, which is it's a seafood, so it's very lean. So it wasn't a fried calamari. So I measured that out, and then measured out my cabbage and my broccoli, and it was amazing. It was really good dinner, and I felt like I'm so glad that I have a local option to eat, from a place that I love. So yes, I do eat the Optavia lean greens. So you'll hear from some of my prior videos. Because I'm a single mom, I'm separated right now. And because my kids eat very differently than I do. Usually what I would do, and this is just personally, currently, this is what makes my life easier right now. Right now, I do have a bunch of Flavors of Home lean and greens that I eat, and my favorites are the turkey meatball marinara and also the chili lime chicken. Ironically, my youngest son actually eats some of the lean and green Flavors of Home also. So I had a couple of orders with a bunch of them, and they're sort of, I would say, right now, I eat those maybe 3, 4 times a week. It just depends. I know it's funny. My 8-year-old loves the chili lime chicken, uh, lean and green, and he's fine without anything else in it. I have a couple of little non-hack hacks that I can share with you guys tomorrow about the Flavors of Home. Um, but if he wants one for lunch, I really don't have a problem with it. It's he heats it up. He likes it straight out of the box, and God bless him. It's like he doesn't have a problem. And in fact, my boys eat a lot of my stuff. They're eating my caramel bars. They're eating my s'mores. I cannot keep my s'mores bars in this house. My boys will steal my s'mores bars up and down, left and right. Like, they eat it like it's dessert, for real. No joke. 100%. And they're 8 and 11. And they totally don't need this, but they love the taste. They will steal all of those bars if I let them. I don't think in this last order, I think I ate one s'mores bar. And I think they've eaten the rest of my bars. So, and now they've caught on to the caramel bars. So now it's like, okay, and then my really picky eaters started liking the strawberry bars. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna lose all my food. Like, this is mommy's food. Um, and they also, my youngest loves the cereal. So this morning I had a bowl of Optavia cereal, which is, guys, don't you love the feeling of like Saturday morning? It was Sunday morning, but like Sunday morning, a bowl of cereal with half a cup of almond milk. Like, you really can't beat it, to be honest with you. It got me today. I was in my young growing up happiness this morning. So for those of you who didn't catch the first live that got taken down or had network issues, I'm down 12.4 pounds this week. I'm feeling really good about that. I know not all of that is fat loss, but I'm excited. I'm going to be working on cutting down my sodium. And, I know that we talked about weighing in every day and that sort of thing. I didn't weigh in this morning just because just wasn't, really in the mood for it. It didn't feel like I needed to weigh in. Um, I am hoping that next week I'm very close to being down to the next decade as it is. I don't know how much you guys want to know about my weigh-ins, other than how much I lost, or do you want to really know what I started at and what I'm at now? I am a size around 22 right now, and so my goal, my next goal is to get down to a size 20, and I have a pair of jeans that I'd like to fit into. So I try to kind of make holistic goals instead of just being focused on the scale. And I encourage you to do the same thing. So for those of you that want to get back on track, if you don't have somebody to support you, I am here, not to be all, schmoozy or advertising, but to be honest with you, it's just, I am coaching again, and it's a big part of my accountability, but I really appreciate y'all being here for me, even if it's just checking on live or a comment that I get on YouTube or on Facebook. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. It feels good to be connecting with other people again. And I hope that you guys know that I want to cheer you on too. Even if you're not my client, I'm happy to cheer you on. And even if you're doing a different program, or if, I have clients that decide to get surgery and I still root for them. So no matter where you're at in your journey, whatever path you're taking, we're all in it together, and you deserve to have that support, that encouragement, that love, and I wish you the best no matter what, because basically all of us, we're just focused on our health, and how we get there, we can get there in different ways. But I appreciate you being here for me, and just know I'm here for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You want to come say hi, my little nuggets? Are come here.
No.
Come
I'm
here.
gonna hide in a laundry basket.
My boys are shy, except when it comes to interrupting mommy's videos, but they're around. My little chicklets are around. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great Monday evening, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll be here tomorrow. All right. Drop some comments in the chat just so I know, like, you guys are here. But thank you for being here. I feel really great after my first week, and just know, I know that I lost more than average, and that's just because I think I was bloated before that. So please don't let my weigh-in affect how you feel about your weigh-in. We're all on our journeys. I've got a lot of weight to lose, and so anyway, but I'm feeling really good, and I'm happy to connect with y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.